Hey everyone, my name is Ethan Brogdon with Brogdon Energy, and if you're watching this video, you're going to learn about our Everest web service. We wanted to create an energy monitoring software that would be useful to all parts of a business, whether you be the building owner, if you were in the C-suite, if you were a facilities slash maintenance manager, or maybe you work for a city slash government municipality. Everest allows the user to monitor and track things such as their carbon emission, their electricity consumption, their water consumption, their natural gas consumption, and be able to see your overall utility bill savings. For this video, I'm going to do a quick demonstration and walk through Everest. That way you can catch a glimpse of everything that it's capable of doing. Now we'll begin. The overview page for Everest is very simple. We are viewing an entire portfolio of buildings, and if you want to click into an individual building to see what its consumption metrics are, you will be able to do so from this screen. To start, you'll see over here that there are 7 buildings in this portfolio with 974 beds. This is a healthcare portfolio reviewing, so there are hospitals involved, which we like to include bed count so you can get a better idea of their energy benchmarks. And it's a total of 1.9 million square foot. Brogdon Energy has built in an alarm setting into Everest. That way, the user can be notified if one of their buildings has a utility out of tolerance within 24 hours, thanks to our daily monitoring that we provide. All you have to do is click on your alarms, and you will be able to set an upper and lower control limit depending on what tolerance you feel is best for that utility in that building. So you can be notified if something goes wrong instead of having to wait for an entire billing cycle to take place before you notice a spike in the cost. Not only will Everest alarm you if one of your buildings are out of tolerance, you can use the overview page to select any date range that fits you, whether it be the last 24 hours, week, month, quarter, year, or any date range that you want to type in manually, to view the spend and also the consumption to take out the utility rate of any of your 3 major utilities. From this page, you can also view the amount of savings that you have occurred over that selected range that Brogdon Energy calculates with our QMET software. That is our quantitative measurement energy tool. And if you click on the following video, you'll be able to see how QMET can benefit your company as well. While we are viewing the portfolio as a whole, let's go ahead and scroll down here. You can see the 7 buildings that are all included in this portfolio. Continue moving down. You'll see the event snapshot page. So we select our date range, and this will have all the events that have taken place and have been documented in those buildings that we would see deemed fit to have an effect on your consumption, whether that be a chiller going down, for example. You're obviously going to have lower consumption because that chiller is not producing. Keep going down, and we have benchmarks for each of these facilities. You have your energy use intensity, your annual cost per square foot, and your annual cost per bed broken down for each facility and how it compares to the state, region, or nationally, and also compares to other buildings in your industry. And then you can see how that building was before you started using Everest and then after. Go all the way down here, and you see the annual cost per bed for all buildings. Now let's go back up and see what happens when you click into an individual building. We'll use this one, for example. As you can see, we've now selected a specific building out of that portfolio, and it looks almost identical to the portfolio overview you've seen before. But now instead of 7 buildings, you can tell we're dealing with one. It's a hospital, so there's 325 beds, and it's a total of 592,000 square foot. Same as before, select any date range down to the last 24 hours, and you'll be able to see your utility spend, your carbon emissions. If you switch to consumption view, you just get the true consumption without your utility rate built in, and you can see the savings that has been generated by Brogdon Energy. Continue to scroll, benchmarks as seen before, compare to those around you. Building events that have taken place at this building. If you select view events, you can actually see the description of each event that has occurred, when it occurred, and how many days it took to be fully implemented. Now here's our building asset list. This is customizable to the user. We have it set up right now to show your chillers, boilers, cooling towers, air handlers, and your building automation systems for this building. We put this in that way you can just keep track of the model number and serial number of the equipment, and that way you know which building it is assigned to in your portfolio. At the bottom, we have a contacts page. That way, if you need to get in reach with this building and you can't think of the phone number or email that you use, those contacts will be listed below. Now that you see the individual building, let's just go back to the overview. And there you have it. We are back to the overview page showing the entire portfolio of buildings here. And hopefully, I did a great job explaining how easy Everest is to use and how beneficial it could be to your company. Whether you just don't want to wait 30 days to realize that you've had a water leak in your facility, or you've been tasked with proving a reduction in your CO2 emissions, Brogdon Energy is here to help. We hope to hear from you soon.